Good morning, I'm Akanksha Upadhyay. Let's begin with the main stories. Health condition of Dr. Casey deteriorates as mass demonstration held in the capital in support of fast unto death doctor. Informal dialogue between the representatives of Dr. Casey and the government kicks off. Leaders exhibit dual character when it comes to Dr. Casey's demands. Nepal Communist Party co-chairman Pushpakamal Dahal remains mum in the sensitive issue. The G20 summit in Argentina declares that the much-feared trade war is now a reality. And Nepal Hampshire hugs by 243 runs. Keeper Paras Khadka shines with the bat with 161 runs. Let's begin with the latest national political updates. It has been 23 days since Dr. Govinda Casey staged a fast unto death seeking major reforms in the medical education sector. The attending doctor have warned that Dr. Casey's health has been worsening by the day. Despite failing to hold any official discussion between the representatives of Dr. Casey and the government faction yesterday, an unofficial discussion has commenced. Dr. Casey has been staging a fast unto death against the turmoil seen in the medical education and health services. Complications had developed in Dr. Casey's heart, chest, lungs and blood pressure while he was in Jumla. Dr. Casey has been denying treatment, saying the government brought him back to the capital forcefully. Doctors involved in Dr. Casey's treatment have said that Dr. Casey's stand has been creating challenges in taking his blood sample for assessment and conducting ECG to know the condition of his heart. They have further suggested that major complications can develop in the senior orthopedician's crucial body organs like heart, kidney and liver, which can put his life at risk at any time. Despite facing a widespread criticism, the government has lacked enough seriousness towards Dr. Casey's demands. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is currently ignoring the agreement reached during his tenure 2 years back to introduce a medical education bill in favor of the countrymen and has now introduced a replacement bill which very much favors medical mafias. The bill introduced by the government has lifted the ceiling on the number of medical colleges inside Kathmandu Valley, scrapped the 75% scholarship scheme and operation of colleges even without having a hospital. The government is preparing to resolve the issue through parliamentary procedures amid protests from the opposition. Despite bringing Dr. Casey back to the capital, no discussion has been held in the past for 3 days. Dr. Govinda Casey is firm on his stand against quitting the hunger strike until the government's commitment to introduce the bill according to the ordinance. Meanwhile, supporters of Dr. Casey have hinted at a positive outcome from the unofficial discussion held with the government team yesterday. Members of the civil society and medical students have been staging protest programs almost every day, reminding the government to save the life of Dr. Govinda Casey. Now, the supporters of agitating Dr. Govinda Casey organized a massive rally in the capital yesterday, extending solidarity to the cause of Dr. Casey. The participants of the rally expressed their objections, saying that the government has remained indifferent to Dr. Casey's demands. The huge rally, including leaders, artists, human rights activists and students, urged the government to address Dr. Casey's demands at the earliest. They claimed that Dr. Casey's demands represented the feelings of the entire nation. The participants also objected to the way the fast unto death doctor was forcefully flown from Jumla to Kathmandu. The rally that started from capital's Maiti Mandala convened into a corner meeting at Baneshwar. Now, Tarundal, the youth wing of the main opposition, Nepali Congress, held a demonstration in Kathmandu's Naya Baneshwar, charging the government of being autocrat. The demonstration, however, turned violent as President of the Tarundal, Jeet Jang Basnet, among other cadres, sustained injuries in the clash against the police. The police fired 8 rounds of tear gas shells in the rally after the cadres of Tarundal tried to enter the restricted area. Few policemen were also injured as they were stoned by the protesters. The main opposition, Nepali Congress, has decided to hold protest programs both in the parliament and in the streets, demanding the withdrawal of the revised medical education bill and save life of the fast unto death doctor. Now, the dual character of political leaders has been clearly exhibited also in connection with the resistance and demands of Dr. Govinda Casey. The public are already witnessing that there is a sharp contrast in their standpoints and statements when the ruling and opposition change guard. That clearly shows that the parties are focused on their vested interests rather than any specific agenda. On the 29th of March 2016, chairman of the then unified Maoist party, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, had remarked that the campaigning launched by Dr. Govinda Casey was actually the campaign of the public in general. He had also demanded the then government to fulfill the genuine demands of Dr. Casey at the earliest. The only difference was that Dahal was in the opposition then, hence he expressed solidarity towards Dr. Casey's resistance. However, he has remained mum in this time around at a time when he is the co-chairman of the ruling Nepal Communist Party.
बाहिर रहँदा पनि एउटै कुरा हुन्छ तर त्यो नैतिकताको स्तर उच्च नभए पछाडी मौका नपाउन्जेल सडकमा एउटा कुरा उठाउने सरकारमा गएर जब लागू गर्ने बखत हुन्छ त्यतिखेर अर्को कुरा उठाउने उल्टो गर्ने त्यो खालको कुरा हुन्छ त्यसैले नेपालमा राजनीतिमा रहेको नैतिक सङ्कट अथवा सांस्कृतिक सङ्कटको द्योतक हो यो.
There are several other leaders as well who resort to completely different stances while in the government and opposition, as these leaders have been a focal point in the social media. Looking at the other instance, Nepali Congress leader Bimlendra Nidhi had termed Dr. Casey's resistance as a mere publicity stunt when his party was leading the government. The same Nepali Congress, as the main opposition, is currently resisting at the parliament and also hitting the street in support of Dr. Casey. Chief political advisor of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli once had excitedly tweeted a cartoon depicting the government's indifference towards Dr. Casey's hunger strike. But ironically, the very protest of Dr. Casey has become intolerable to Prime Minister Oli and his associates this time around. Leaders of the then CP and UML who had enthusiastically expressed their support to Dr. Govinda Casey are currently the ministers and chief ministers. All of them, however, are now pretending that they never held such a standpoint in the first place. The entire scenario indicates that the political leaders in the country have never been firm on their agenda and that the only parliament character they have resembled is resorting to public statements and activities merely for the sake of cheap popularity and immediate political benefits. Now, the escalating disputes between the ruling and the opposition has been affecting regular parliamentary proceedings. A widespread criticism has been in trend in the media and social networking sites over government's recent decisions. However, the co-chairman of Nepal Communist Party, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, has remained silent in the ongoing disputable issues. Issues including scrapping the political appointments made by the erstwhile government, preparation of a medical education bill against the ordinance, and announcement of restricted regions, among others, has been criticized not only by the opposition but the civil society members have also hit the roads against these decisions. However, co-chairman of the ruling Nepal Communist Party has not expressed his personal opinions in any of these issues. In some places where he is expected to speak, co-chairman Dahal has been using heavyweight words like development and prosperity while addressing the mass. Meanwhile, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli urged the leaders to defend the criticism against the government activities in a unified manner. The other chairman of the party, Dahal, however, remained silent this time as well. The political analysts are of the opinion that Dahal's silence is a strategy to establish himself as an alternative leader. More specifically, Dahal has remained absent in party meetings and other public programs following his wife's treatment. Leaders close to Dahal have expressed that Dahal has been trying to get public support by distancing himself from controversies. Chinese contractor company Shanghai Construction has missed the deadline of upgrading roads of Kalanki-Koteshwar road section for the second time. The deadline for the project, which was commenced in the year 2012 with the grant of Chinese government, has been extended till December 2018. The deadline has been extended 3 times in the past 6 years. As per the initial agreement, the construction work should have been completed by last year. The construction company had cited 2015 April earthquake and blockade imposed by the Indian government as reasons for missing the first deadline. Work of blacktopping the roads from Khashi Bazar to Kalanki has been obstructed due to the monsoon rains, lack of adequate sand and stones, and obstruction from the locals. The construction company has failed to complete the blacktopping works in Koteshwar Kalanki road section due to the same reasons. Now, yesterday we asked the residents of Kathmandu what challenges have they been facing due to the delay in expansion of the ring road section. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
बाटो जाम घण्टो बस्नुपर्ने त्यही समस्याहरु
धुलोहरु सबै कुराले समस्या परिरहेको छ अनि हिलोहरु पानी आउँदा हिलो लाग्ने घाम लाग्दा धुलोहरु आउने यस्तो समस्या धेरै समस्या भइरहेको छ रुवाखोकी ज्वरोहरु आइरहने हैन यस्तो भइरहेको छ
बाटोले धेरै समस्या भएको छ यहाँ धुलो भइरहेछ जाम भइरहेछ अनि गएर यहाँ मान्छेको भिडभाड धेरै भइरहेछ अनि धुलोले गर्दाखेरि स्वास्थ्यमा धेरै नराम्रो असर परिरहेछ
यहाँ पसलदेखि लिएर हिँड्ने आउजाउट गर्ने सबै यात्रुहरुदेखि सबै मानिसहरुलाई यो धुलो धुवा अति नै भोग्नु परेको छ
यहाँ आउन 2 घण्टा लाग्छ सतङ्गलबाट यहाँ आइपुग्नलाई समस्या तपाईको धुलोमुडी यहाँ छ पुरै बर्खाला पानी हिलो पुरै गाडी जाम पुरै त्यतिको जाम
मुख्य कुरा स्वास्थ्यको कुरा अब जामको कुरा छ हेर्नुस् हैन अब मान्छेहरु चाहिँ बाटोमा हिँड्न सक्ने स्थिति छैन हैन यो त गाउँघरमा खेतीपाती गर्ने मान्छे जस्तो छ काठमाडौँमा
It's now time for the international update. A trade war is now a reality. French Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire has warned as G20 ministers gather for a summit in Argentina. He said that the current US trade policy of imposing unilateral tariffs is based on what he termed the law of the jungle. He added that a trade war was now a reality and that the EU could not consider negotiating a free trade deal with the US without America first withdrawing its tariffs on steel and aluminium. But US Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin defended the tariffs and urged the EU and China to open their markets to allow free competition. Last week, US President Donald Trump described the EU as a foe on trade. Trump later threatened to impose tariffs on all $50 billion of Chinese goods entering the US in a growing trade war. The US has large trade deficits with both the 28-member EU and China. The two-day talks bring together finance ministers and central bankers of the world's top 20 economies. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question: why does India obstruct the export of Nepalese agro products time and again? Your options are A, unclear trade agreement, B, weak diplomacy, and C, killers towards farmers. The voting for the question is on. You can type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's now time for the sports update.
Sports news.
Nepal registered a morale-boosting 243-run victory over England's Hampshire Hug Cricket Club in a practice match played yesterday. Nepal is currently on a tour of England and Netherlands. Electing to bat first at Hampshire Hug Cricket Ground, Nepal posted a commanding total of 362 runs in the stipulated 50 overs. Skipper Paras Khadka's 161 runs was the highlight of the inning. The Paras knock included 19 fours and 7 sixes. Rohit Kumar Paudel also struck a quick-fire 44 runs that came off 34 balls, while Dipendra Singh Airi scored 37 runs. Miles Covers and John Patel shared 3 wickets each for the Hampshire club. In reply, chasing a mammoth total, the home side was skilled out of 419 runs in 37.1 overs. Lalit claimed 5 wickets for Nepal to destroy the Hampshire inning. Nepal will play a 2020 match against St. Cross Club tomorrow. Nepal is scheduled to play 5 practice matches ahead of their triangular series against MCC and Netherlands in Lords beginning 29th of July. Now, cricket and paragliding are to be included for the first time in South Asian Games. A meeting of South Asian Olympic Committee held in Kathmandu yesterday decided to include cricket and paragliding in the 13th Asian Games. However, a final verdict on the decision is yet to be made. All the 6 participating nations were positive on including cricket and paragliding in the South Asian Games based on the 2-sport popularity in the region. So far, 25 sports have been confirmed for the 13th South Asian Games to be hosted by Nepal in Kathmandu and Pokhara in February next year. Nepal had previously included karate and golf in the capacity of host nations. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories one more time. Health condition of Dr. Casey deteriorates as mass demonstration held in the capital in support of fast unto death doctor. Informal dialogue between the representatives of Dr. Casey and the government kicks off. Leaders exhibit dual character when it comes to Dr. Casey's demands. Nepal Communist Party co-chairman Dahal remains mum in the sensitive issue. The G20 summit in Argentina declares that the much feared trade war is now a reality. And Nepal Hampshire hugs by 243 runs. Skipper Paras Khadka shines with the bat with 161 runs. That's all for the moment. Keep watching Kantipur TV HD for more news and entertainment. Have a great day.